All right, here we go. Salute to Knicks Nation on this Wednesday evening. Another edition of KFTV post-game live. And that, my friends, is the victory music. Because the New York Knicks would head down to Atlanta looking to get back on track after a tough loss to the Boston Celtics. And where else to get right but heading down to the A? Because the Hawks will usually lay down for the Knicks during the regular season, and the Knicks will have their way, but not tonight. Because tonight, the Knicks had to work for it. No RJ Barrett, and the Knicks would ultimately lose Quentin Grimes in this game. But it's a sloppy affair. 17 Knick turnovers, some sloppy defense. Bojan Bogdanovic popping off, and the Knicks would find themselves in a dogfight. Well, let's give them some credit, because led by Julius Randle, who put the team on his back for all 4 quarters. Jalen Brunson, who came alive at the right time. And IQ, what it do? Emmanuel Quickly with 20 timely points and some clutch free throws. In a cardiac affair, the Knicks would pull away 116 to 114. They go to 6-5 on the campaign. Knicks fans turn the pacemakers up, and we got another affair, man. KFTV postgame live, #1 show for the fans, by the fans. Hit the like button, hit the share button, subscribe to the channel, people. CP and Alex on the 1s and 2s. I had to gather my thoughts, Al. I was sweating. I had to wipe off the sweat. I had to retune the pacemaker. It was a classic cardiac Knick affair. This is why we're here. Look at us. This is why we're here, man. And look, man, no RJ. Again, with the migraine, 2 games in a row now with the migraine for RJ. A little concerning, but Knicks went in there. And boy, oh boy, what a sloppy game, man. Such a sloppy game. This Knicks team continues to throw the ball away carelessly. I'm hoping that they clean this up at some point during this season before it gets too late. But again, give them credit. I thought Julius Randle, again, despite all the turnovers, I thought Julius Randle was great, especially as a facilitator. 29 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists for Julius. They really needed him, and he delivered, especially in the third quarter when things started to bog down, because Knicks got out to a fast start. They were moving and grooving. They were getting out in transition. Josh Hart was playing well. Brunson, the whole 9. They were really pushing this thing. But the Hawks would bring it back into the second quarter, And by the third quarter, you had yourself a dogfight. Knicks offense got sluggish. Several turnovers, 7 turnovers in the third quarter alone. But give credit. Julius Randle did his thing. And then Brunson and Quickly came alive in the end, man. What'd you think about this game?
You see these eyes, CP? Do you see these eyes? Do you see how tired I am after watching this game? Yeah. This game was ugly, especially in the second and third quarter. Good God, man. Yeah. For a second, I thought we were going to get some overtime basketball. I was like, are we really about to get this? This should have been an easy win.
Yeah.
But a win's a win. You know what I mean? So, but hey, bully ball Randle is the best type of Randle. When he's getting downhill and attacking the paint like that, you can't stop him, man. And that's what you need from him on a nightly basis. And I think he had 8 assists as, the website decides to go down. I mean, he had 8 assists, man. That's what you also like to see. He's the leading facilitator on the Knicks this season.
Needed it.
And that's, hey, look, I think he came into the season knowing that he has to be more than just a scorer and like obviously rebounding. He's top tier, but you got to be able to elevate everyone's game. One play that really stands out to me, it was when Quickly was on the court as well. He calls Quickly to come around, Quickly cuts baseline, comes up the left wing, gets behind Randle, right? Randle dribbles to the left, gives him a behind the back bounce pass to him, Quickly attacks, and there you go. That's the recognition. Be like, you know what? I see my guys getting it going. I'm going to find and get my guy the ball. Yeah. That's the type of stuff you need to see from Randle, man, and that's what I like from him tonight. Solid game, 12 for 24 from the field. You needed it. No RJ Barrett, as you noted. Look, this team needs RJ Barrett back, man, because the offense.
We need you, RJ.
We need you. Please come back healthy, because this offense takes a step back without you.
Yeah,
it really does, and it was scary. CP Brunson, I thought Brunson was ready to have a 30-piece again against the Hawks, man. I thought he was ready to have a 30-piece. You're looking at Trae Young, DeJounte Murray on the other side, I'm like, he cooked him last time. He should be able to do it today. But between the second and third quarter, he was struggling. At one point, he even started pressing for shots, man. He started pressing, which is uncharacteristic from him. But thankfully, as you noted, he decided he got into rhythm, knocked down some big threes. He's not fully back yet, man. Like Brunson, he's had some solid games. No doubt about it. He's not fully back yet, man. Once he's finishing around the rim at that top tier level that we get from him, then I know. But quickly, I said it on the on the pregame show with CK for the play-by-play. He was like, Alex, what do we need?
And shout out to CK real quick, sidebar. Outstanding job tonight on the play-by-play. His new nickname is CK 2-0 because he's 2-0 in his play-by-play. So we got some good luck there. We got some good luck. Shout out to CK for sure. Yeah. CK
is 2-0 doing the play-by-play.
Yeah.
Well, looks like CK's not taking a day off. Looks like you're hosting all the other games, man. But all of them. No stopping. But anyway. Look, he asked, what do we need tonight if there's no RJ Barrett? I said, quickly's got to step up. We cannot have another 1 in 10 shooting like we saw against Boston. He needs to step up. Last season, he was the third best guy on this team. As we all know, RJ was inconsistent last year. RJ's been great this year. Definitely been the most consistent offensive player. But if you're not going to have him, you got to go back to the guy who was in second place for Sixth Man of the Year, and that was Emmanuel Quickly. He gave that to us tonight. 6 for 11 from the field, 20 points, got you 4 assists, 1 steal. Defense, we always know Quick's going to give that to us, but offensively, I thought he was solid. And he came up big, man, especially with free throws down in the fourth quarter when you needed it. He was fouled. You know, when Randle almost lost it, man, for the inbounds pass, I was like, don't you dare. I was like, dude, don't you dare cause me to go through this type of pain. But thankfully got it back, give it quickly knocks both of them down. And there you go, man. That's what you want to see.
Cardiac Nick affair. Are you not entertained? Salute to everybody in the chat, man. Hit the like button, hit the share button, subscribe to the channel. Throw some 2s in the chat, some 2-0s in the chat for a Knicks 2-0 start. Great job. Great job. Again, wasn't pretty, but it was gritty. You know, this was the first time this year I had to say it. And then this one, even though they had to claw back and get back into it, and I'll talk about that, this one almost ended again in a cardiac affair because you had, with 4 seconds left, Knicks up by 3. DiVincenzo gets called for a 5-second violation.
Oh my God!
And you're like, oh, here we go, can't inbound the ball again,
bro. I was ready to write overtime all over this game. After that one, I was like, jeez.
but luckily on the inbound, Brunson made a smart call, fouls DeJounte Murray. I believe DeJounte Murray makes the first one, misses the second one intentionally, but gets called for the lane violation, so they nix that. Knicks get the ball back, and the game was over there. But I thought the turning point of this game for me was at 5:20 mark. The Hawks were surging. They were on a run, and the Saddiq Bey dunk, kind of styled on the Knicks, kind of, went one-handed behind the back. I thought it was over at that point because the Hawks had been, taking momentum little by little, and I was just waiting because the Knicks were just so sloppy. The defense was lazy. Bogdanovich was turning up. I just felt like it was only a matter of time before the Hawks took over this game. And I thought that they did at that 5:20 mark with the Saddiq Bey dunk. They were up by 7. Give credit to the Knicks because right after that, and give credit to Tibbs, drew up some good plays. You had the Quickly 3-pointer off of Julius.
Yes.
They ran the same play and Quickly got his floater in, brought it to 2. And then you had the Brunson 3-pointer. So that was an 8-0 run responding to the Hawks run. And then the Knicks found themselves up by 1. And from there, it was a bit of a back and forth. He had Quickly making some clutch free throws. Another Brunson 3, relocating to the corner off of a Julius pass. You had Josh Hart, who I thought Hart had a great game today. There was a play, the one at 126 mark when the Knicks were up by 1. The play that Josh Hart made that I liked was you had the Hawks almost playing like pretty much a zone because Saddiq Bey wasn't even guarding him. I mean, they were cheating so far off of him. They were damn near putting 2 on the ball with Brunson. But he did a good job because he did get it to Josh Hart. And Josh Hart did a great job of attacking the closeout, dribbling into the paint, and pulling up with a nice fadeaway jumper. I liked his aggressiveness all day today. And again, he's got to shoot, bro. You can't be gun shy if you're going to be out there in the lineup. He's capable of knocking down these shots. He's just got to get his confidence back and get back into a rhythm. And I thought he was able to do that. That Josh Hart floater at the 126 mark to me was big. And
after the Brunson cut and finds him cutting, right?
Correct. And then yeah, man, between Jalen, Julius, IQ, they really brought us home. They really definitely brought us home. And the Quickly front, just timely because he struggled earlier in the game, and the Knicks bench because of that was severely outmatched. They were outgunned, but Quickly got it done when he needed to. Great job by Quick, man.
For sure. I mean, at one point it was like 48-27, something like that. That the Hawks bench was outscoring the Knicks bench, and it's just tough because the thing is that without RJ, who is part of that second unit, right? That's where the second unit's offense really thrives, when you have RJ out there to be that guy who consistently drives and attacks the paint. And they're missing that, CP. They're really missing that. And the thing is that RJ has just taken his scoring to another level because of his efficiency, that it's like, oh, we really have to pay attention to RJ. Then it opens everything else up for guys like Hart to be like a subsequent guy who drives, and after like a drive and kick from RJ, Hart can then go down and drive and gets a scrambling defense so he can go attack, right? You get Dante DiVincenzo, who's able to do the same thing, or just get an open three, and then quickly could just maneuver and navigate everything. But I feel like without RJ, because it's just so discombobulated at this point. I mean, I saw it against the Celtics. They shortened the rotation. You had Randle out there. It was sloppy. They needed Brunson minutes out there against that Celtics game tonight. They put Quentin Grimes with that unit. I really wanted to see more out of Grimes. Unfortunately, he got hurt. Yeah. I think that's something that they should experiment more with. If you're not going to have RJ, give Grimes more touches and opportunities to get into some sort of rhythm. But other than that, man, without RJ for that second unit, it's rough. It's really rough, man.
I told you about RJ with that second unit, man. I told you, man. It's potent.
What did you say, CP? What did you say?
I said RJ with that second unit is a great look. It's a great look for him to have his own thing, to have his own role, his own squad, and they play well together. They complement each other in the way that they're able to get out there and transition. You have Quickly, you have Hart, you have DiVincenzo getting after it, turning teams over. Hart likes to play fast. RJ needs to play fast. Quick likes to play, they complement each other. And I just feel like that unit together with RJ has a lot of potential. And you see in the impacts of them missing him, it's not just impact on the starters, impact on the bench as well. And, I mean, look at it tonight. They only went to the free throw line 11 times.
Compared to what the Hawks went to the line for.
Right.
Sheesh.
Went to the line 11 times. And I don't think it was a lack of calls. I just thought it was a lack of aggressiveness. But then you saw in the third quarter, give credit to Julius Randle for getting back to it. You got to get back, attack the basket, collapse the defense, force them into rotations, and then the passing will open up. And that's exactly what happened. He was getting to the line, he was attacking, he was being aggressive, he was finishing at the rim, and then things really opened up for them for there. I thought another thing that benefited the Knicks was them getting into the penalty early in the fourth quarter. I thought that certainly helped them. So,
for sure.
Again, wasn't pretty, but it was gritty. They got the job done. Salute to everybody in the chat. Once again, hit the like button, hit the share button, subscribe to the channel. Knicks in a dogfight down in the A. Had to scrap and claw to get that one, but they got it done, man. Let us know what you guys thought about tonight's game. Call us up, 657-383-1509, or you could hit us up on the KFTV Discord. What else you got?
Crispier. Highly recommend.
Oh, yeah, it's crispy. Yeah, the Discord is crispy. We always recommend it. Come through, holla at your boys. Let's see who we got in here. Okay, I'm about to start loading some people up. All right, I see them. See them in here. Hang tight. Hang tight. What else you got from the game here, Al?
Outside of the free throw shooting, we dominated on the boards. We out-muscled the Atlanta Hawks on the boards, which is what you want to see, especially for this Tom Thibodeau team. Tom Thibodeau team's typically top 10 when it comes to rebounding. But tonight, man, you're talking about 42 rebounds to the Hawks 30, especially on the offensive glass, man. 14-6. Can we talk about Mitchell Robinson? Can we give Mitchell Robinson any more praise, man? This man has been a unit on the defensive end. and especially on the offensive glass. Good God, man. This guy needs to be in consideration for votes, especially for when it comes to defensive awards, man. He's got to make it all NBA defensive team because he's playing on another level. Kristaps Porzingis has been the only guy this season to give him troubles. I thought he did a slightly better job against him the second time around. Yeah. But outside of that, he's been able to keep up. Capella, not really a factor, man. Not really a factor in tonight's game. Capella only had 3 boards tonight. 3 boards, 8 points. Yeah. Mitchell Robinson, on the other hand, 15 boards, 9 defensive, 6 offensive, 6 points, finished all the shots around the rim. But, and you know what? This is where I'm just impressed with his development, man. As a player, from where he started to where he is now, a guy that would just, like I said in the past, chase for blocking 3-pointers. Guy would foul out. You know, they had a lot of talk about his maturity. Was he mature enough to be in the NBA? Could he take the game seriously enough? Well, guess what? Yeah. Yes, he can. This season, man, is just, I think he's truly coming into his own. He understands his own quirkiness. Like, I love reading all this stuff between how he jokes. Fred Cash was on the show and talked to you about how he calls him Matthew, right? Like, I like that type of quirkiness. He still gets to be who he is, but now you're seeing him perform at a high level on the biggest stage possible for basketball. And for a guy not to have any college experience at all, to now be one of the top defending centers in the NBA. Yeah, truly big game. A remarkable story. Second round pick, by the way, CP. Big Second game. Round pick.
Big game. Put some respect on the block. This His name also had a key block in that Knicks run down the stretch in crunch time. Had a key block after the Brunson 3. It was his block that led to ultimately the Hart getting that runner in the lane. Then you had Brunson going baseline, finding Randle for a cut. Good cut by Julius. He got a scoop layup for that. And then you had Brunson with the 16-footer in which my guy Gus Johnson, welcome back home, Gus, called him the burner. Let's go. I had CK on the computer. I had Gus on MSG. I was flowing, man. I was flowing. I had to go on both because CK was flowing. He was doing the damn thing. Gus is my guy. He's legendary. Welcome back home, Gus. And in the wake of, news about somebody who we'll talk about later, we're going to get it. We'll stick to the games. Good vibes right now, but we'll get to the dumb stuff later.
Good vibes, man.
But Gus was flowing. Know what? Gus was flowing. And it was a perfect Gus Johnson game, a cardiac Knick affair. I loved it.
Oh, welcome back.
Yeah.
But let me tell you something. Let me add this about Mitch, all right? And I hope Cody Glock calls in because Mitchie ain't no snitchy tonight.
Let's do it.
There was a play. There was a play tonight where there was a rebound. It was a loose ball on the floor. Mitch is in the scrum digging it out, all right? Like it's rugby. He gets it out, kicks it out to Hart. Hart finds Brunson, knocks down the 3. That's the effort, man. That's that effort. Good stuff. Come on.
Yeah.
Give Mitch his respect. I don't want to hear any more about Miles Turner talks. Throw that out the window. It's Mitchell Robinson all day.
It's Mitchie. Knicks won the fast break battle 14-8. Part of that, again, I just like Josh Hart's his approach to the game tonight because every time he got the ball in his hands, he was out. He was playing his game as he knows we can't get this thing into the half court. We got to get out and run. And this Hawks team. This is the second night of a back-to-back for them. The Knicks played this game like they were on the second night of a back-to-back. They were so damn sloppy. But in the beginning, I liked how they were trying to push the pace. They were playing fast. Josh Hart was really trying to get the team out in transition early, and I thought he did a pretty consistent job of doing that. For Brunson, we talked about the Brunson situation. I thought the Hawks did a good job on him defensively, both with the matchups and then, again, with the Hart situation, it kind of creates a zone matchup for them. And there were times when they actually put a legit zone out there. But with the Hart situation where you got guys not even guarding him, it makes things tough for Brunson. So he had Jalen Johnson on him. You got size. You got DeJounte Murray on him. You got size and wingspan. He had Sadiq Bey on him. You got size. So all night, Trae Young didn't see Jalen Brunson now, I don't think, one time in this game. It was tough. And JB had to work for it. But in crunch time, that's when he turns up, and he did just that.
Brunson, man, tonight, like
the burner. Let's go. Go ahead.
First of all, Gus Johnson. You are totally on Twitter. I know you have a Twitter account. Yeah, you're definitely because you're using some. You called Dante the big ragu. I was like, okay, he knows. He knows.
Gus is for the culture, man. Gus is for the culture. That's why he should have never left. He should have never left. You know what I mean?
It was too vanilla, CP. It was too vanilla.
Yeah,
Now we got some flavor to it.
There
You know
we
what
go.
I mean?
Yeah,
add a little seasoning to the cooking, if you know what I mean.
Gus is the family, man. Go ahead.
But 8 for 19, that's a tough night for Brunson, man.
Tough. Yeah, it was tough. They were making him work, man. They were making him work.
Do you think it's FIBA? Do you think it's FIBA that's catching up to him? Because I don't know how much to actually attribute to that, because I see Reeves is struggling. You could say that the same thing. But then I'm looking at, on the NBA report today, we talked about Tyrese Halliburton. Halliburton's out here putting up some crazy numbers.
Looks fine, right? Halliburton
I'm
looks
just
fine,
like,
man.
But is it also because Halliburton missed last season, so it's like he didn't have to have that wear and tear, so essentially he had some time off? I don't know what it is, but
it's hard to say, man.
I need answers, bro. I need answers.
Say, but I mean, listen, it's hard to put a team on your back every damn night for years. It's difficult, Brunson put in a lot of work last year, a lot of work.
He did.
So maybe he's trying to ease himself, pace himself properly. Maybe he's just trying to pace himself because it's a lot of effort. It's definitely a lot of effort. Now, let's hear what the people got to say, man. This is the People Show after all. Let's see. Let's go to Dan from New Jersey. Dan, go ahead and unmute your mic. Let's go.
Caloca, wah, wah, wah.
There he is. Let's go.
CP, Alex, gentlemen, I hope you guys are having a wonderful night. I'm very excited to tell you guys that I believe that Julius Randle is back to mid-season form.
Okay, let's talk about it.
Along with all the sloppy turnovers and the not getting back on defense, we're at least getting 20 and 10 and 5. So, that's always welcome.
He's back.
Julius.
Okay.
And, I think we really, really miss RJ's ability to get to the rim at will, because I think that was kind of the reason why the Hawks were able to come back in the middle of the game against us. We couldn't really generate any offense. We looked a little bit slow.
Yeah.
I don't really know what's up with Brunson and, his touch around the rim lately, but it's clear that RJ is the best in this team at getting to the rim and initiating plays out of that. But I think we really picked it up, especially towards the end. Quickly had a really nice game, very efficient, a little bit tough on the turnovers, but, cleaned it up at the end. Mitchell Robinson continues to be the most important player on this team overall. I mean, you just can't say enough about the rebounding, man. I saw a stat today. Mitch is averaging 5.8 offensive rebounds per game. It said that's the most of any player since the year 2000. Yeah. So he's doing crazy things. I really want to see if he could keep it up. I'm going to keep it short and sweet, guys. You guys have a wonderful night. Brunson Burner, Lionheart. Happy to have Gus back.
Yeah. Brunson Burner, man. Salute to my guy. Dan from New Jersey. And, I'm just looking at these Brunson numbers right now. Last year, he shot 61% from 0 to 3 feet. He shot 52% from 2 last year. 61% 0 to 3 feet. 50% 3 to 10 feet. 47% 10 to 16. So far this year, he's at 42% from 2 compared to 52. He's at shooting 50% from 0 to 3 compared to 61 last year. 37% from 3 to 10. It's that short mid-range compared to 50 last year. And 37% from 10 to 16. Yes, and compared to 47 last year. So his numbers compared to last year average so far is really low. And you could see it, right? I mean, those are just the numbers, but the eye test, you could see it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's plain as day.
Yeah.
Those numbers totally back up what we're seeing on the court.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for him to get back to normal, man, because his ability to finish around the rim is what makes him so special. I mean, last year he was in the top 5. He was the only guard amongst big men. Like, it was everyone else was like a power forward or center, and it was Brunson. You know what I mean? So we need him to get back to that level. I'm waiting to see when he gets back to that level, because once he's able to knock down the floaters, the finish around the rim, be that crafty finisher that we know he can be, then I know Brunson is fully back and this team is clicking on all cylinders. Randle, on the other hand, Randle's looking like he's getting back into a groove, man.
Yeah,
Julius
is back. Julius is back into a rhythm.
Yeah. And he's playing efficiently too. Okay, I know, like, when you're finishing that well, like in the arc, and he's doing it the way he can do it, which is get downhill. That's efficient basketball.
Yep.
Not this sidestep, step back, jumper stuff, taking all these difficult shots that we saw last year. Get downhill, finish around the rim. And the stuff that I like from Randle too is his cutting. So once Brunson could get back to now help Randle and RJ, this team's really going to be cooking.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that.
Really good cutting for Julius too. As you said, really good cutting for sure. Quentin Grimes, right now, we're looking for any reports. Right now, it's just out, left hand injury. Doesn't say anything about the next game or the next game. It just says that he left with a bruised left hand. Quentin Grimes, bruised left hand for Grimes Hive. What do you think, Al? How does this impact us here, man?
You know, there's been a lot of discussion amongst Knicks Twitter on whether or not Grimes should be benched and be replaced, like with Emmanuel Quickly or Dante DiVincenzo.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not for it. I think you need Quickly on the bench because you need you need that scoring. Like what he offers off the bench is so important. Like that's the whole point of a 6-man is that, you know, when what was it? It was like Havlicek was like the first essentially like the first 6-man. You put some scoring on the bench so that way you don't lose any momentum. And that's what you have with Quickly. So I don't like the idea of necessarily starting him unless you have injuries.
Yeah.
And then you also have Dante, who hasn't really shown to give you that consistent offensive punch. So I don't really know I don't think he really would do that either. Plus, then you're talking about having a smaller guard out there. So with all that being said, and then if you lose Grimes for some limited time, I'm not liking the options, man, for this team, especially when you don't have RJ. That's rough. Okay. Tough. So I hopefully he's okay. The fact that he wasn't able to come back into this game, I hope that's just, you know, taking precaution, saying we don't need you to go back out there and lose you for an extended period of time. But I'll be patient to see what the news is, because like I said, hopefully it's just, you know, being cautious.
Yeah. Don't
want to rush him back out there. But if we lose Grimes for some period of time and we don't have RJ, that's going to be some serious tough sledding.
Yeah. Yeah, well, look, you got to lean on your depth. And if he is to miss any games, I would have to think DiVincenzo gets that slot. If RJ comes back, I think DiVincenzo will continue to get that slot. You can't have RJ and Hart out there with Mitch in the starting unit of Julius and Brunson. But you never know with Tibbs. But if it is the case, I think Dante slides up there. Deuce gets some extra minutes. And you hope they can maintain. But for now, you kind of thankful that you have at least some depth in that spot, because they lose Quentin Grimes with a left hand bruise. Let's go to the Discord. HB Cuzco. Unmute your mic. HB Cuzco. Let's go.
What's going on, y'all?
How you feeling, man? Discord popping tonight. Let's go.
I'm well, yeah. Discord is lit. It's HB Cuzco.
Let's go.
I think that when you reference what's kind of going on with Brunson, I think what's going on is that last year is kind of like he had like that freshman effect, and teams now are like
possible.
Yeah, not like you know, when you first come on to a new team or you playing in a new system, teams got to kind of see what you do, and you kind of like catch them by surprise. And like now all the teams around the league had like a whole summer to like game plan to kind of pick up on like where he likes to get to on the court, like his spots. So I mean, I think his numbers are going to get back up, but I don't think they're going to get back to where they were before. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
Julius, Juju,
it's harder when you're the guy. It's harder when you're the guy.
Yeah, and I think teams are starting to finally respect him. I think before last year they didn't really respect him because, you know, they thought maybe what he did in the playoffs with the Mavs was a fluke, but I think they actually respect him now, so they're game planning for that. Juju's got it going, man. I think, you know, of course he's consistently inconsistent, so we just gotta ride with that. But I like his demeanor on the court. It looks nice. He looks calm. You feel me? Like I think he kind of bumped into Trae Young a little bit at the end of the quarter. I think the end of the half.
Yeah, I like that. I like that energy.
Yeah, and then, he didn't lose it too much. I like that. I like that from him.
It's a good move, man. Yeah.
IQ's gonna hold us hostage this year, man. He's gonna hold us hostage when they come to pay him. He's gonna hold us hostage because that boy's gonna get paid. I really like watching his game, and me personally, I feel like we should close the game with IQ, Brunson, RJ, Julius, and Mitch. I think that's the best lineup that we can do. I do feel like Jalen Brunson's cool at the point, but I think IQ is a little bit better at getting Jalen Brunson to his spot or getting Julius like to their spot more so than like Jalen is getting IQ or getting Julius to their spot. Yeah. That's just from what I've been seeing.
Well, I think that's part of the reason why Quickly's role. Remember, I was saying this a couple of shows ago. Why Quickly's so important? He's even more important to this team than Grimes because you need that additional facilitating. You need that playmaker in there. Like Quickly, that's why he's a closer. I don't worry about him starting the game because he's one of Tibbs' most trusted players when it comes to crunch time. He wants Quickly in there. And he's going to get those opportunities. And thankfully, he got through. He was in a bit of a rut, especially to start the game. He was in a bit of a rut, but came through in the right time. Timing is everything. Came through in the right time, got to the free throw line. I think he only missed like 1 out of like 6 that he took down the stretch in crunch time. Mm-hmm. And he got to it.
He did great. Yeah, I mean, especially that little run when they went on their like 8-0 run or 9-0 run, and then he came back in, hit a 3, hit a 2, hit another 2. Like that really, I really enjoy watching. He's probably my favorite player on the team. I like watching right now, just because of his development and all that stuff. All right. For sure.
Appreciate it, man. I'm gonna just drop him off, Al. I had to land his plane a little bit. He kind of went into overtime a little bit after my Quickly take. I wasn't expecting him to still be there. But call back anytime. That's my guy. Call back anytime.
He was hoping it would be like the Knicks game, almost going to overtime.
I felt like he was like trying to like ease his way into the third host seat. You know what I mean? He was trying to be in like JD or like CK's seat. Like, I had to drop him off. It's
like the last call from the last show. It was like a tryout, right?
Yeah, but call back anytime. I like when he calls in. So to everybody in the chat, once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Hit the like button. Hit the share button. Subscribe to the channel. Go ahead, Al.
I think the one thing I'll push back a little bit on the callers' take is that, they definitely have adjusted to Brunson's game, like the knows the spots where he wants to get to, but he's still getting to those spots. It's not like he's not getting to those spots. Yeah. That's the thing. So they can't stop him. It's just they need to connect. And like even today where he had a layup or floater and it just circled in and out, and you're like, that typically drops. I just think it's more about touch for Brunson right now more than it is really about defenses. There's very few defenses that are going to stop Brunson fully. Like even against the Celtics, a top-rated defense right there, he was still able to go off. So it's not like – I think it's just him slowly getting back into rhythm and finding that right groove. And tonight just was not one of those nights. Look, good players also have poor night shooting. So tonight could have just been one of those nights, and thankfully he found it in the end.
I thought the Hawks' defense on him was good. Hawks aren't known to be a good defensive team. I thought it was a tough matchup for him. I was really watching that intently and just seeing them throw different guys. I mean, you had Jalen Johnson. You had DeJounte, who's a great defender in his own right. Sadiq Bey is tough, man. You're gonna have to work for those. But when it was money time,
here we go.
He got it, and Julius got it, and IQ got it. Money time. It wasn't pretty, but it was gritty. They came through in money time. That's all you could ask for. Al, we got 1,600 people in the chat. Let's get those likes up. Hit the like button. Hit the share button. Subscribe to the channel. The #1 show for the fans by the fans is on and rocking. Knicks win 116-114. They get over the tough night in Boston, and they live on to see another day. We're going to get to the Mark Jackson stuff a little bit later because right now it is about good times and positive vibes, man. And speaking of which, if you guys want positive vibes, I got something for you guys in the tri-state area. This weekend, it's a watch party for the in-season tournament, Al. You saw what happened last night. The in-season tournament is popping, and there's no other place to get it in and watch than a KFTV watch party, hosted by your boy CP the Fanchise at the Ainsworth Midtown East this Friday, man. November 12th. No, I'm sorry. November 17th. I need my glasses out. November 17th at the Ainsworth. Knicks versus Wizards in-season tournament game number 2. Go to KFTVWatch.com and get your ticket. Live music, DJ. We play the game. Then we do vibes during the commercial. We do giveaways. It's a great time. It's a vibe. Make sure you guys RSVP. Pull up on your boy. CP the Fanchise. I'll be in the building. KFTVWatch.com is the website. Come through. Come on. Come through. Have a great time. Good food. Tons of TVs at the Ainsworth. We're switching up the spot for this one. Trying out different spots. We're doing tryouts right now. We're not committing to one spot at the
Oh, tryouts.
Yeah, we're going to the Ainsworth. And for my sippers out there, sponsored by, we're going to say the name because they paid us out, Don Julio and Kettle One. Yeah. Yep. I'm bringing the spirits. With me. Don Julio and Kettle One. Complimentary drinks for the first 150 people. Outstanding deal. Still working on some more giveaways, but we usually do some big ones. So make sure you guys tap in. It's Friday, man. Come celebrate. Come hang out with us for the weekend. It's going to be a good look, man.
Are babies invited?
Sure. It's a family.
Might bring my son to this.
Listen, it's a family show when you're coming out and rocking with me, man. It's a family show, man. So even the kids, can come rock out with us. No problem, man. No problem at all.
I was a little impressed that you said November 12th. I think you're about to pull out your Doctor Strange, just kind of go like in a circle.
Nah, you know what? It's the specs. I need the specs back, but
we're needing the glasses again.
I'm gutting it out.
Pull out the CP meme.
Yes, absolutely. Let's go to the Discord, man. New caller of the night, Al. Let's go to Tempo Sensei on the Discord. Tempo Sensei, unmute your mic. What's your name? Where are you calling in from? Oh, you got a little stage fright, I think. Tempo Sensei, going once. All right. Missed their debut, man. Hey, you got to be ready. You know? I don't know what to tell you guys. You got to be ready, man. Oh, my guy right here is ready, though. Ron from Baltimore. Ron, what's good?
I've learned a couple things, CP and Alex.
Yep.
I want to share.
Yep.
Julius Randle, I figured some stuff out. We have to get him started early in the game attacking the basket. When he feels good about himself early in the game, I think it helps him.
Yeah.
Another thing that I think helps Randle is, I'm not saying all the time, I like the pick and roll with Mitch to get him downhill.
Yep.
And Julius took 5 threes and he made his threes. His shot feels a little bit better. I think Julius felt good. Also, he had one pass tonight, CP, out of an out-of-bounds play to iHeart, that he made such a quick decision. He made the right play. He really had a great floor game, so I want to give Randle love.
And I thought iHeart did a good job running the floor tonight as well. Go ahead.
He did. Another thing I've learned about Brunson doesn't always have to take the shot. Like, the way they're guarding him, he let IQ cook. But like the caller said, like, I thought Brunson didn't force. Obviously, he made the clutch bucket late. He took the charges because Brunson's a warrior. But CP, for this team to win the whole thing, I think Brunson also needs to grow. Yes, he needs guys to trust, but you can't ask him to do it the whole game. That's why IQ takes pressure off him.
Yeah.
I thought Brunson didn't force the way they're guarding. If they're going to load up because they're scared of Brunson, CP, all these guys in the NBA, they're all scared of Brunson. That's why they don't want to go one-on-one with him. So let IQ cook. He let IQ cook. He was patient. Brunson got the clutch bucket. Two things.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Hart, thank you for not fouling Bogdanovich. And I thought Quentin Grimes made the right play on one play to make the extra pass in the corner to Hart. But Josh Hart has to make the open three, CP.
Yeah.
He's got to make the open three. But Quentin Grimes, I don't blame you. You made the right play by making the extra pass. DiVincenzo, you're too loose with the basketball right now.
Yeah.
I like you,
You're
Dante.
a little too
aggressive.
loosey-goosey.
Yeah. You're a little too loosey-goosey, but the two things I'll say is Randle and Brunson, they were unselfish tonight, and they still got theirs. They made the right plays, so it's progress. But I've learned about Randle, how to get him going early in games. I hope Julius is listening. Thank you very much.
Appreciate the call, Ron from Baltimore. Appreciate the call. Ron from Baltimore on the check-in. Very professional call. And speaking of Julius, here he is. Here he is. The front runner himself. The leader of the Julius Hive. Calls him King Julius.
Who?
It's Wednesday, but we're going to go to Mr. Friday Night Knicks. Robert Randolph still owes us a phone call. He says he's going to call in. I didn't forget that. He still owes us a phone call. $20 super chat from Mr. Friday Night Knicks. He says his name is King Julius Randle, all caps. I think it's cap as well. Quickly should be in the starting lineup. Did y'all see how easy it was for Randle Brunson to score? Tibbs needs to Newark to play the next scorers all together. I'm not sure. There might have been a typo there, maybe autocorrect. He says Randle, second team All NBA. Okay. So, all right. Look, Randle had a great game. I opened the show saying that. If Randle doesn't have a great game, they don't win. Especially in that third quarter. Things could have gotten out of control a little bit earlier than they did. But Julius was great. Julius was great tonight. So,
absolutely.
Omen calls Robert Randle Sergeant Sources. I like that one. Sergeant Sources is in the building.
We need to have, if he's Sergeant Sources, we need to have you and Robert Randolph in the ring. We'll have the conductor versus Sergeant Sources. Mm-hmm. It will be a greatest matchup of all time. We'll have it at MSG.
Absolutely. Do it just to get there, man. Harrison D on the Discord. Let's go. I'll mute your mic. Let's go, Harrison. Let's go. Oh, did we lose Harrison? He's usually up to speed on the Discord. Harrison going once. Okay.
Hey, can you hear me?
Oh, man, you almost, the shot clock was running out on you, man.
Yeah, I feel you, man. I was having a hard time hearing you, but I can hear you now.
All right. Good, man. How you feeling, bro?
I'm good. Shout out to you, Alex, too. Yeah, I'm going to be in and out. I just want to make my points, man. First off, I knew the Robert Randolph super chat was coming.
Yeah, we expected him. Yeah.
That was obvious. Yeah, I just want to give love to Mitch, man. Like, he really turned it up in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
And two plays that highlight it were like when he was falling out of bounds and he managed to take his time, get a pass to Josh Hart, getting it to Brunson for the go-ahead three.
Yep.
That's like a Mitch play that doesn't show up on the stat sheet but makes a huge difference. And then DeJounte Murray comes down, hits two huge jumpers, and then Mitch just blocks him on that next possession to get the momentum. And I really like the way he's been playing, man.
Yeah.
So shout out Mitch. And then I hope Grimes recovers soon. I just want to gauge your thoughts because with Quickly, Josh Hart, RJ Barrett, Dante DiVincenzo, I feel like it's been hard for Grimes to kind of find his rhythm with the roster construction. Mm-hmm. And if we extend Quickly, I could maybe see them using him as a trade chip in the future just because he has a ton of potential and trade value. But I don't want to trade him because we have an elite defense and he's a huge part of that. Mm-hmm. So do you guys think there's a pathway for Grimes to get a little bit more involved in this offense? And thanks for taking my call.
I think it's a little bit harder for him playing with those three guys. It's going to be harder for him playing with those three guys. He's not an overly aggressive player in turn. He's not selfish enough, which you could look at it as a good thing. You could look at it as a bad thing. And then he doesn't have enough shot creation skills to go get it himself if he's not having to play off of those guys, right? Like that's one thing with RJ. The thing with RJ is that whether he's starting with Julius or Jalen or he's running that second unit, he can go out there and get it himself. Now, fortunately, this year, they're playmaking for him as well, and he's knocking it down at an efficient clip. But that's the thing about RJ. It's like he can go out there and get his own. Grimes, right now, his shots really need to be assisted for the most part, and it doesn't seem like there's much room there for right now. On top of the fact that it just seems like Quickly and Hart are going to get that closing rotation preference because of their ability to just do more than Grimes at this stage of the game.
Yeah, definitely. And Grimes is a talented player, but like you said, some of the guys just got a little more experience. I think he's still the youngest shooting guard we got in the rotation. So I think he'll figure it out.
Yeah. But yeah, well, hopefully he starts with getting healthy, man. But appreciate the call, man. Now, what's your take on that?
Yeah, the thing for Grimes, man, is that I was looking at some numbers, and I'm in the works of writing an article for KnicksFanTV.com about this entire Grimes situation as well. So make sure to check out for that. Working on it. Should be dropping within the next few days to a week or so. But my thing is that actually when Hart got, he started off slowly, even when he was put into the starting rotation. Even once Hart got here, he was still shooting at an effective clip. So I think it's one for Grimes just to figure out his rhythm, and it's tough because now you added Dante DiVincenzo to the mix. And I really think that's the bigger thing, is that it's not necessarily Hart It's more so Dante DiVincenzo because now you're taking even more minutes away from Grimes to figure out rhythm. But then at the same time, outside of being with that starting rotation, there's no other opportunity for him to really get into rhythm. And it's so short after the initial first quarter and the beginning of the third that he's not going to get enough runway to find any offense. So if he's not knocking down the three at an efficient enough rate for him to stay out there, even when he is, like even against the Boston Celtics,
right?
He had 3 threes back to back to back, and then doesn't come back in at all. And you're like, wait a minute, we're not going to have a guy who just got hot to stay on the floor. So yeah. I think it's more so of Tibbs having a preference with Josh Hart just because Hart is more gritty in the sense of defense than Grimes. Grimes is a really good defender. Do not get me wrong, but I think there's a grittiness to Josh Hart that Grimes doesn't necessarily have. Yeah. And I think that's what Tom Thibodeau appreciates. If Josh could shoot the three ball like Grimes, let me tell you something. Grimes would not be getting any playing time at all.
He played 48 minutes a night.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing that's keeping Grimes in this rotation is that he can shoot the three ball at a high clip. But I think we're still waiting for that grittiness of a defender to come out in Quentin Grimes. And he's just also a little too passive at times. I think they also need to call his number. It's a whole multitude of things for Grimes. But I think first and foremost where it starts is with him being a little bit more selfish and taking some open shots because he passes them up at this point.
Yeah. Absolutely, man. Quick reset real quick. Salute to everybody in the chat. Once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Al, we got 1,800 people here. 18 on the check-in. I want to welcome you guys to KnicksFanTV, the number one show for the fans by the fans. This is why you guys are here. I want to give this away, man. We got 500 likes in the chat. I want to give you guys the Lawnmower 5.0, courtesy of our friends at Manscaped. New skin-safe technology. You got dual temperature LED spotlight. You can do it in the dark, whatever you're into. Waterproof, excellent battery life. I believe this is up to 60 minutes of runtime. So, I mean, if you got a lot of work to do, hey, listen, 60 minutes, that's a long time. So if you got a lot of work to do, it'll definitely take you a long way. As I said, waterproof. And look, this is number one men's grooming tool below the waist, fellas. Trusted by over 2 million men worldwide. It's getting cold out there, so you got to trim up. You might need to do a fade or something like that. So this is the thing about the blades. This is the thing about the blades. Separate blades. And you can do your thing. No testimonials, but go to manscaped.com, use promo code KFTV for 20% off plus free shipping. You can't beat it. They've been taking care of our viewers for over 3 years now. We've been partnering with our guys at Manscaped. But I want to give this one away for free, Al. I want to give this one away to our loyal supporters. Not my personal one, but one of these. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
okay.
All we got to
do. What do we need to do? What do we need to do?
We got to get up to 1,000 likes. They got to hit
1,000 likes.
They got to hit that thumbs up button for you boys. There's 1,800 people in here. We're 500 away. You do the math.
First of all,
I'm not a mathlete. You do it.
First of all,
yeah,
I got some questions for you.
Yeah,
you said 60-minute runtime.
60-minute runtime. You know what I'm saying? If it's been a while, you got a lot of work doing on. I mean,
no testimonials.
No testimonials. Please. No testimonials.
60 minutes of runtime. If you're using all 60 minutes,
it's there for you if you need it. That's all.
Well,
the R&D team is always on top
that fade.
Of it. Yeah, right. The R&D team is always on top of it. So let's see. Oh, let's go to Tony from Queens, Al. He was in the building tonight. Tony from Queens, see you live.
Yes, sir. How you doing there, sir?
Good. Do me a favor. Just speak into the handset a little bit better. Sounds like you're calling from a phone booth right now, for sir. So speak a little bit louder.
Hold on. Okay.
Got to get this guy in the Discord.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
All right. So I was at the game today.
Okay.
Sitting right behind the bench.
Okay.
And I loved it. It was a great experience.
All right.
The only thing I could say is that when they go to the other side of the court, it was hard to see.
Yeah. Yeah.
But other than that, I have to say this, man. I seen you come up, man, coming from New York, living in Atlanta. I go to every Knicks game when they come to Atlanta. And I'm going to tell you like this, man, like it's good to see you come up the way you came up, man, because it was hard. MSG wasn't around. I had no way of knowing about the Knicks other than watching, ESPN at the time. But listening to you guys and other Nick channels, I was like, man, this guy, KnicksFanTV, is the best, man.
Appreciate
Seriously,
it.
man. I have to give you credit. You know, and it's been years. I don't know how many years.
Yeah.
But when you first started, I was always listening.
6 years.
Never called in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Been there from the beginning. I never called in, but I've always been watching. And I like the way you come up, man.
Appreciate it.
Congratulations to you. You got to get your flowers. All I got to say is that I was at the game. It was nice. Everything was good. I love my Knicks, and that's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
Go Knicks.
Appreciate the call, man. Tony
All right,
from
brother.
Queens, Al. Tony from Queens. First time caller. Didn't really have a take on the game. You know, we were going to drop him off a little bit early, but he came through with flowers. We'll allow it. We didn't pay the guy. We didn't set this up. He just wanted to rep the number one show for the fans by the fans. We'll allow that.
Never pay for him. Never pay.
No, we don't pay for that. No. No,
That,
show
hey,
for the fans by the fans.
salute to him, man, for being a day one. That's awesome.
Yeah, no, absolutely, man. Salute to all of our KFTV Road Warriors down in Atlanta. We know that is MSG South, or one of our locations for MSG South. We got to get back down there, man. You know, the A used to be a home away from home for me, so I would love to get back down there. Jay Boogie was down there.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Jay Boogie. And
He's doing the road trip.
Yes. Jay Boogie is doing the road trip. He is headed to D.C. after this, and then he's headed to back to Charlotte, back home to Charlotte. So Jay Boogie is on the road with the squad and repping. And also, I want to shout out our guy, Skyzoo, Al. Our guy Skyzoo was in the mix, in the building. He's back and forth between New York and Atlanta, but Skyzoo was in the building repping the squad, repping KFTV, man. He came in there decked out with some gear. Let's see what Skyzoo had to say, man. Here he is. Here we go, man.
Alex Rotarios and all that, man. You know what it is. Tape gang, even down in Atlanta. You know how we doing it, man. Peace and love. State Farm Arena and all that. As you can see, I wound up going with the Kif.
Yeah.
Jalen Brunson joint, you know what I mean? KnicksFanTV on the lid and all that, man. Shout out to my bro CP, Alex Rotarios and all that, man. You know what it is. Tape gang, even down in Atlanta. You know how we doing it, man. Peace
There
and
we
love.
go. All right, so he's got the New City Edition joints. He's rocking a black KFTV snapback. Get yours at shop.nicksfantv.com. And then he called you Tritarios. He kind of remixed your name a little bit, but that's all I got.
Hey, man. Salute to Skyzoo, man.
Yeah. Called you Tritarios. He threw a little...
Let me tell you something, okay?
He threw an I in
No
there.
one says my last name. No one says my last name right. It's Tritaris. The O sounds like I. Okay, let me keep it a beam with everybody out there. I have never in my life seen anyone pronounce my last name correct unless you're Greek.
Yeah.
But for my father, he was a teacher for 30 years in my hometown. Mm-hmm. I will never forget this, CP. Somebody decided to put every single vowel in our last name. I was like, okay. No, I'm not Tritirios, not Trontos.
Yeah.
Not Titoris. Tritaris, people. Tritaris.
Oh, man. Good stuff, man. Shout out to our guy, Skyzoo. Big
Shout out to Skyzoo, man. Appreciate the shout out,
program.
man.
Yeah, man. Big friend of the
It's
program.
awesome work, man. Love the albums.
Yeah, absolutely. Big him up all the time. Always supporting us, man, and we do the same. Back to the phones we go. Benji from Manhattan in the building. Benji, let's go.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Good, man.
Haven't had the chance to call in just because I've been going to the games and everything.
Yep.
It's been hectic. So yeah, good win tonight, man. It wasn't pretty, but
Gritty.
always good to steal these wins. Steal these wins early in the season, man. You don't get them back, so we got 2 road wins in Atlanta in the first 11 games of the season. That's big. Stick those in our back pocket. Just a couple comments. Obviously, this was the best game Julius has played all season. The last 5 games, for that matter, have been really, really strong from him. Super efficient, just different. Great passing tonight as well.
Yeah.
Obviously, Brunson, Alex made the point about, and you made the point about how he's been less efficient from 2, which has been clear. But he's been shooting the 3-ball well. I think he's made 32 threes this year, which is well ahead of his pace last year. iHeart was good tonight. Josh Hart was good tonight. I'm a little bit annoyed at DiVincenzo, I got to be honest. I was expecting more coming into the season. some of his passing, like you said, man, he's loosey goosey with the ball.
Yeah.
He had a turnover earlier in the game where he just kind of like lost the handle and just like the ball slipped out of his hands. Just like turnover. And then obviously the 5-second violation is inexcusable.
Yeah.
Like you should just throw the ball in at that point if you're just going to eat it. I'm just not loving how he's playing, man. He's shooting. He's pretty inconsistent shooting the ball.
Yeah.
He's like shooting 31% from three. I mean, man, he's got like a swagger out there, and I'd say the best thing that he does, he jumps in the passing lanes, which is nice. It's kind of a nice little like kind of nuance that he brings to the team, and he does a lot of backdoor cutting, which is great. But he's not a good finisher.
No.
And he's just got like this swagger out there, man. It
Yeah.
looks like it's like Channing Tatum. Channing Tatum playing basketball.
Yeah.
I'm not loving what I'm seeing right now.
I hear you, but I mean, let's be real. He is who he is at this stage in the game, right? Like if he was any better, they wouldn't have gotten him for the mid-level exception, right? Like he's a role player who can contribute to teams. And right now for the Knicks, you just need him shooting and play defense. Don't put the ball on the floor. Just shoot the corner three and play some defense out there.
To be honest with you, man, in retrospect, just looking back, and you can't go back and change. We're not going to change this. Like we're stuck with him, but we would have been better off getting Christian Wood, man. Like I know he's not playing great for the Lakers, but at least he gives us size. He could spread the floor a little bit. Like Dante's just redundant with what we have right now.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'm a little bit worried about this Grimes injury. From what I read, it wouldn't surprise me that he fractured his hand or something like that. Because those kind of plays are a little freaky.
Yeah.
When you like, it doesn't look bad, but it's like just kind of the angle that he tried to swipe down at the ball. It's a more severe injury. So I'm just kind of looking at what our rotation is going to be like. Obviously I want my guy Evan to play. I know that's not going to happen, but I think we're going to need some shooting.
And I think that was what the DiVincenzo thing was about. And appreciate the call. I'm going to drop him off here. I thought that was the motive. I can kind of tell.
To get Evan Fournier back in?
Yeah. I think that was a setup. I think that was a setup. He's really been trying to get 48 minutes since last year. He's desperate. He's desperate at this point. Clock is ticking. I mean, a couple months away from the February trade deadline.
Do you think Fournier gets traded?
I would hope so. I would like for them to ultimately use that salary for something. Go get wing depth, big man depth. Get something for it.
So either a 3 or a 4 is what you're asking for.
A 3, 4, or go get Kelly Olynyk from Utah. Try to go get Kelly Olynyk. I'm trying to tell you, man.
Yeah, because Danny Ainge wants to do a deal with the Knicks. Sure.
My guy, Kelly Olynyk in there.
You want Kelly Olynyk?
Or
give me 3 first rounders for this guy.
Or
that's what Danny Ainge is going to tell you.
Knock on wood. You don't pray for injuries to anybody. But should we lose any of this guard depth for an extended period of time?
Oh boy, here we go.
I got a guy out there in Detroit.
Stop.
He's shooting the lights out of the ball. So much so that my guy Jaden Ivey can't even get on the court right now. I won't even say the name.
I know you want to say the name so badly. Just
keep that in the back pocket if we need it.
Oh, God.
You just keep that ace card in the back pocket if you need it.
Interesting he went with ace because that's the first letter of his first name.
That's it. You said it, not me. You said it, not me. Pal.
I didn't say his name. I'm not going to say his name.
You said it.
We're not going to have that discussion.
You said it, not me, pal. All I'm saying.
He's got the biggest fan club. Let me tell you something. He's between you and Ron from Baltimore. You guys got to have the biggest fan club for this guy out in Detroit.
If listen, you just never know. You just never know. Look what's happening. You just never know. With the DiVincenzo thing, you got to give him some time, man. Just give him some time. Just give him some time. He says we could have used Christian Wood. I mean, I guess, Or how about Kelly Oubre?
Hey, man, Kelly Oubre was on one.
Yeah.
For the injury.
I don't know.
You saw the news saying that he
you heard what happened? We might have a Jussie Smollett. He might be Kelly Smollett right now. What's going on?
Good God. It might not even be a hit and run. Sheesh.
We need answers. And what was so funny was And speedy recovery, whatever did happen to him. Speedy recovery. We just,
He's he's training on the bike. He's back at the facility.
But the thing is, was like they were like, yeah, he got hit in like the middle of his chest by the mirror of the car. It was a little weird. Like we might have a little Kelly Smollett situation. Like what really happened? You know what I mean? Like did he drop out the window when hubby was coming home? Like I think it could have been one of those situations. You know what I mean? He was somewhere he shouldn't have been, and that was the story he came up with. But it's a little sus. It's a little sus.
God.
Hey, I'm just saying.
Putting the tinfoil hat for this one.
I'm putting the tinfoil hat on with this one.
Not even the hat, the kufi.
I'm putting the tinfoil goofy on with this one, man. Did he drop out the window when somebody was coming home unannounced? Hey, it's happened before in the history of man.
In the history of man.
In the history of man. It's on the History Channel. Look it up.
Okay.
Did he drop out the window, man? I got a theory. Man.
Look, this would go up there with like the John Wall injury of just slipping inside your house.
Yeah, right. He slipped. What, he tear his ACL or something like that? He's like, yeah, I slipped in a bathtub.
What was it? I thought it was the Achilles. That he busted. It was good God.
Yeah.
It would go up there with that. That'd be number 2.
Yeah. Kelly Smollett. Man, NBA just keeps on giving, man. The games are great. The storylines are great. You got a little fisticuffs last night.
You getting fights on in-season tournaments.
Yeah, Draymond running out with the steel chair like he was Ultimate Warrior. It's good times, man. I'm very entertained right now.
Rudy Gobert saying it's clown behavior.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah. The guy that spread COVID throughout his whole team saying it's clown behavior.
Right. Yes. That
rich.
guy.
Very, very rich, man. Kenny from LI. Kenny, how you feel, man?
Hey, what's up, Steve? CP?
Good.
Hey, Alex.
How you doing?
What up?
Great. I'm doing great. First of all, I'd like to say a definition over here. You know what the definition of insanity is?
Yeah.
The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results.
Yeah.
Now, what I'd like to add to this is I'm happy that Randle's having great games.
Mm-hmm.
For he could up his value. Randle is always having a great season the past 4 years. He doesn't do anything in the playoffs.
Okay.
You think he's going to do something? It's time to trade this man.
Okay.
I have a trade request, and I have the salary.
Let's hear it. I mean, the people are loading up right now. So, I mean, you sound like a new caller, Kenny. I'm going to give you opportunity for your trade. But let's hear it, because these people got a short fuse in the chat.
What it is, man.
Here we go.
First of all, we have to get past Boston. We're not going to do it with Randle.
Okay.
He's a ball hog. He's stopping the offense. It's not fluid. All right? We need to get younger, and we need more potential. I'm going to go to New Orleans.
Okay.
I'm going to bring in Zion Williamson.
Okay.
And I'm also going to bring in, what's this guy's name? The power forward over there. Hold up. I have it right over here.
Who you want, Valanciunas?
No. He's a center. The backup power forward over there is, come on.
Who do you want?
He's making $10,000 for.
Backup power forward.
It is Larry Nance Jr.
Okay.
I will bring in Zion Williamson and Larry Nance Jr. And for of course the Evan Fournier and what's this guy's name? Oh my God.
Deuce McBride?
Julius Randle.
Okay. All right.
Right. And that's about $2 million off. So then I would put in Cody Zeller and add some more potential off the Knicks. I'll put in
Cody Zeller? Okay.
So Cody Zeller's making $3 million.
Okay.
And then I will put in what's the center that is not playing right now?
Who, Sims? You want to give him Sims? That might be what New
Sims,
Orleans
yeah,
needs to get back on
Sims
track.
in there. And then I will put 4 of the draft picks of the Knicks, first round unprotected, including the the Bucks and the Dallas pick.
Okay. You wheeling and dealing
hit
at
it.
All right. No doubt. Hey, listen. Kenny's wheeling and dealing out here. So we got Zion, Cody Zeller, Larry Nance Jr., for Fournier, Julius, and 4 draft picks. Correct?
I think it was
unprotected. Sims
Let him
included
cook, Al.
if needed.
Okay.
And also the Bucks. I mean the Bucks pick and the Dallas pick.
Okay.
And then we're not gonna keep this guy Emmanuel Quickly. He's gonna get traded this season. We're gonna get depth from there as well. Maybe we'll get a veteran backup point guard that could be a 6-man for us with him.
Okay. All right. Appreciate the call, man. Call back anytime, bro. Appreciate the call. Kenny from LI on the trade machine. Rate that trade in the chat. 1 being trash, 5 being facts. What do you think, Al?
I thought you hung up first of all. I didn't know he was still on the
No,
line.
I was letting him cook. He was throwing it out there. I was letting him cook, man.
Hey, the full trade is Zion Williamson, Larry Nance Jr., Cody Zeller, for Julius, Fournier, Sims, and 4 draft picks.
Okay,
believe first rounders, right?
Yeah.
Good God.
Yeah.
No.
Look, in the grand scheme of things, you got to see what happens in the playoffs.
I'm saying no because if you threw this to New Orleans, you'd be like 4 first rounders, Randle, Fournier, Sims. I need a little bit more than that for Zion Williamson.
Yeah.
Because they're going to look at you and be like, you're giving me a 2-time All-NBA player, plus a guy who you haven't played, plus a center who doesn't get that many minutes, and 4 draft picks. I'm sure they would take the 4 draft picks, but they're also going to look for somebody who's young and saying, hey, they can contribute now. Did he throw quickly into that deal?
He's throwing quickly into a separate deal. Separate thing. So
I think the more realistic deal would be like a Randle quick thing for Zion Williamson.
Okay.
That's just my opinion. Because I think they're going to want a younger player who they're going to say, hey, we'll use this guy to build with or build around. Because the way that they're going to look at Zion is that when he's healthy and he's actually engaged, he's a legitimate superstar in this league.
Yeah. Okay. I think overall, it's hard to say, like at what point will the Knicks, evaluate this Randle situation and evaluate the team, right? Like at one point, will they get to a point where they have to either use Julius to get what they think is an upgrade or what they think is a change of scenery, or use Julius to ultimately peel this thing back after a few years? It's hard to say. The Zion thing is very interesting, though, man, because just the last 2 weeks ago, he's talking about he's having trouble buying into what the Pelicans are preaching, and it's like, yo, my man, like, you've been sitting down eating snacks for like the last 3 years, 5 years. Like, what are you talking about buying in? You're having trouble buying in. Like, you're lucky you even have a job right now.
Speaking of which, he's huffing and puffing when we was talking about that. Sounded like he ran up like
breathing heavy, man. Breathing heavy.
Did you run up? How high is it from the arena to the press conference area, man? Like, you climbing up like 20, 30 sets of stairs? Like, what's happening?
Yeah. You got to start questioning his heart at some point. Not physically, but like mentally, emotionally, man. Like
exactly, man.
What would the late great Black Mamba Kobe Bryant be saying about Zion right now? Soft.
And the thing is, man, is that there's talent on that Pelicans team. Like, we've seen that team do well.
Yeah.
And this is where it just gets iffy with Zion, because I would throw him like these type of antics, or it goes into like a James Harden mindset for me. It's like, do you want to be here and play or what? Like, what's happening over here? Like, you have a great opportunity to play in the NBA.
Yeah.
And if you really want out, like, what do you want to show any other team that you're serious about the game and not be like, I don't know, man, it's just hard for me to buy into this right now. It's like if that isn't the biggest call for saying, get me out of here, I don't know what is. And if that's the case, if you can easily check out, where it's like the team is talented. Like, you got Brandon Ingram, they got CJ McCollum for you. Sure, he's on the latter half of his career. You got Trey Murphy out there who's shown that he could be a good shooter. You got Herb Jones, awesome defender.
Yeah, they got some potential.
Team's got a squad, and you're telling me that you can't buy in right now?
Be careful what you wish for. For all of Julius's flaws, It ain't that bad. Salute to Fugazi. Any word on Grimes? $5 super chat from Fugazi. Left hand Bruce for Quentin Grimes. Knicks won 116-114 over the Atlanta Hawks. Shout out to Logie Bear. $10 super chat. Says Trae Young will never be valid in Dykeman. Salute to those guys. Salute to Chris. $5 super chat. Says Quick gotta be 6th man of the year this season. I turned 21 today. Best birthday gift. Shout out to KFTV. Shout out to Chris. Happy birthday to Chris. Happy 21st birthday to Chris. We got a $10 super chat from the Rhyme Animal. Chuck D says, Mitchie, where's Cody Glock? Mitchie saved us. Also, CP, we saw Josh Hart's hesitation, but he hit the short runner. But still, CK2K was in tandem with Gus Johnson with Wally 21st Century play-by-play. Absolutely. Shout out to my guy, CK2K, man. After the show, sent him a text. I said, outstanding job. No surprise, because CK is the utmost professional and knows what he's doing, knows how to move a crowd, and the play-by-play is right up his alley in the watch along. So great job by him. We had the Facebook rocking, we had Twitch, we had Twitter going, YouTube as well. So great job. We got a good thing going with the watch along. So make sure you guys keep it locked and stay tuned for the next one. JD confirmed he's doing 2 next week. We're doing Minnesota and we're doing Miami play-by-play. So make sure you guys tap into those. And the Rhyme Animal asked for Cody Glock, Al. So we have to deliver. He's on the Discord. Oh. Yeah, we got him. Yeah, he's right here. Cody Glock. Go ahead and unmute your mic.
Yeah, guys hear me?
Loud and clear, sir. Loud and clear. Yep.
Yo, my baby's sleeping. She trying to sleep, yo. Okay. So I'm gonna try to keep it, indoor voice, but okay. I can't keep no promises.
Okay, all right.
And I can't keep no promises.
Okay, go ahead.
Because I got a lot to say, man. Yo,
let's go, man.
Before I do that Manscaped thing, man. Shout out Chuck D, man. Hashtag PE in the chat right now. It's serious. It's serious.
Okay.
Yo, shout out Manscaped, man. I average 0 turnovers because of Manscaped, man. I take care of my ball profusely with the utmost friction in my mixing. Okay. Yo, off rip. Let me tell you something about Mitchie, man. You see Mitchie? He ain't a snitcher. You see Mitch? He ain't a snitcher. Look, I'm mad. 4 times.
Why you mad, bro?
4 or 5 times. 4 or 5 times I seen Mitchie wide open in the paint. Wide open. Wide open. Nobody giving him the ball. Nobody. I ain't gonna point no elbows. Brunson, you playing like a shooting guard. I appreciate you playing like a shooting guard when it matters in the 4th quarter. I appreciate you. 1st quarter, 2nd, 3rd quarter, be a point guard, bro. I can't get no 8 assists. I can't get that. I don't be bashing you because you do your job, bro. Mitchie open, bro. I heard you did your thing, bro. But Mitchie, he the heart. I don't know if y'all familiar with Godfather, man. You ever seen Godfather? You know Luca Brasi?
Yeah.
Send Luca Brasi out. He'd do anything for the Godfather. He'd do anything for Don. Do anything for him, man.
That's Mitch.
And that's what that's the thanks Mitch he get. He get his neck slit, bro. For the team, he go down and die for the team, bro. Doing this and that in the 4th quarter, bro. And this how you gonna do, Mitchie? You could throw a tomato. You could fill a chat up with Maters right now for me. I don't care. Fill him up with Maters.
You say Maters?
Make ketchup out of the guy.
What'd you think about Julius tonight, man? What'd you think about Julius tonight, man?
My bad, bro. Julius, I ain't gonna go too crazy on you today, man. You did your thing near triple-double, I'm a Knicks fan, man. What you do for me lately? I'm a Knicks fan. If you suck, I'm gonna tell you suck. If you do good, you do good.
Okay.
I ain't trying to take up too much time because I'm gonna get too furious.
We gotta get to player ratings.
Yo. Shout out the little thuns, man.
Yeah.
Shout out Emmanuel quickly, man. He playing for his increments, man. He wanted increments. Yo, shout out Nikki Pipes, man. Yo, shout out CK2K on the play-by-play, man. Yo, shout out CP free throws, man. Shout out
always.
Yo, shout out Alex, man. Yo, shout out, man. I can't forget, man. Yo.
Yep.
Shout out G-Man, man. G-Man coming back for y'all guys, man. Yo, I'm out, man.
All right, no doubt, man.
I'm out, man.
No doubt, man. No doubt.
True.
That's the guy, Cody Glock.
Yo, I'm still here, man. Yo,
what's going on?
Shout out Jay Boogie, man. The real closer, man.
No doubt.
Shout out Jay Biggie.
Cody Glock, man. All right, let me get him out of here. This point. Player ratings out. It's time for player ratings, man. Presented by Underdog Fantasy. Go to Underdog Fantasy and play the daily fantasy games or the pick'em and get your chance to win. Use promo code KFTV for an instant deposit match of up to $100. Al, kick us off. Player ratings. Let's start with Josh Hart.
Ooh, Josh Hart.
Start with Josh Hart.
Man.
Yeah.
See, give me a second, because whenever we start these things off, I have to know what other players you're going to ask me about. So I got to think about my whole rating scale.
Listen, man. Just do what you do. This is your show, man. Just do what you do. 9 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 4-10 shooting from the field. Your thoughts on Josh Hart tonight?
Giving him a 7.5.
Oh.
I think a 7.5 is good for Josh Hart tonight, man. Look.
Okay.
Was an efficient shooter tonight, man. Went 4 for 10, 1 for 5 from downtown. Needs to be a little more aggressive when he has those open looks from 3. But defensively, on point. Rebounding, on point. Playmaking, also on point. Those are the things I'm expecting from Josh Hart. That's where he starts to pop off the screen for me. I know he's not supposed to be the most greatest scorer on the team. Whatever he can accumulate, you take. I get that. But I still need you to shoot efficiently while you're on there and to shoot aggressively. And at times he hurts the Knicks offense because he's not taking in threes. But when you want him to be that connected to get the hockey assist to passes, like the play I was talking about where Mitch is just digging out the ball for a rebound, kicks it out to Hart kicks it out to Brunson. That's the type of stuff that I like from Josh Hart. His ability to defend in transition and to attack in transition, I like that as well. I'm giving him a 7.5 tonight because I still need a little bit more efficient scoring from him, man. Still need a little bit more efficient scoring from him.
What do you guys think in the chat? Josh Hart tonight, 1 through 10. What are you giving Josh Hart? I'm going to give him a...
I know you're reading the chat, too. Come on, man. Choose that number.
I'm not reading the chat.
Choose that number.
I'm not reading the chat, man.
Okay.
I'm looking at my notes. Looking at my game notes. I'm going to give him an 8.
Oh.
I'm going to give him an 8, man. I just like the way that he was flowing in this game. I like the way that he was getting the Knicks out in transition. He was really trying to not be the weak link in the half-court offense, and that's by getting us out in transition off of every loose ball, off of every rebound, off of every turnover. He was trying to push the pace. I felt like he was doing a good job of, attacking the closeouts, especially in that last play, like the last floater that I talked about in that game. That was a big play. It was a big play by Josh Hart. I thought for the most part he made some good decisions in this game. I'm going to give him an 8. I thought this was a good Josh Hart game. I'm going to give him an 8.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, next. Mitch.
What
do you think? 6 points, 15 boards, plus 8 on the night, 3 for 3 from the field. 3 steals and a block. Blocked and smart to Mitchell Robinson. Cody's pissed, so choose wisely.
Give that man a 9.
Whoa.
Give that man a 9.
Whoa.
Mitchell Robinson, man, continues to be the anchor for this defense, okay? Yes, Cody is absolutely right. There are opportunities for Mitchell Robinson to get some easy looks tonight. This is where you need RJ Barrett. The Gotham Mob needs to return. But everything else that he is giving you defensively and even on the offensive glass, man, how can you ask for anything? He made Clint Capella look like a nothing out there.
He's been schooling Capella every time they play. He's owning Capella, man, schooling him.
But tonight was another level, CP. Tonight was Capella, who was remember when he was on the Rockets, like, oh, look at this rim running center, this, da 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 da. You know, Hawks paid him because they wanted that.
Yep.
3 rebounds for him and 8 points. That's the rim running center that you paid for. That's the rim runner that you got. Nah, Mitchell Robinson, baby. 15 boards, 6 offensive, 9 defensive. As you mentioned, 3 steals. His ability to guard the pick and roll, man, is just on another level right now. He is so poised out there defensively. He's not even falling on the floor as we're used to seeing him, man. He is standing tall and strong. All right. Mitchell Robinson gets a 9 for me tonight. I know he didn't get the points tonight. He still knocked 3. He still went 3 for 3 when he got all of his opportunities. Okay. And the +8 doesn't do him justice for the plus minus for how important he is defensively for this team.
Yeah.
Okay. And Nick shot the ball well tonight, but to prevent possessions for the Hawks, giving him a 9 tonight, man.
Okay. I'll go with the same thing. I just think his contributions, again, are a lot of times you don't see it on the stat sheet, but if you're looking at the stat sheet, look no further than second chance points, 21-4. Knicks won that battle. Mitchell Robinson with 6 offensive rebounds. I'd like to see, there's got to be a stat out there. You know, they have so many of these advanced stat websites. I'd like to see a stat on all the offensive rebounds. Who leads the league in terms of offensive rebounds? That leads to second chance points.
For second chance points?
Yeah, I like to see that. As individual players. I mean, you get the offensive rebound, you kick it out, somebody gets a 3. There's got to be a website that's checking that, but I haven't seen it yet. It's not on Clean the Glass. Maybe PBP Stats has it. We'll check that.
Maybe.
Like, once you snatch an offensive rebound, how many points did you generate off of that in the same possession, like per possession? You know what I mean? Maybe it's like offensive rebound, second chance points per possession, something like that. Like, I'd like to see that, and just curious to see where he ranks up there. But again, his effort on the offensive glass, dominating Capella, and then the key block that he had in this game, the key block that he had on DeJounte Murray, which led to Josh Hart getting some points. That was a key sequence in the game as well. So, Mitch he's working. He's working out there. I'm gonna give him a 9, man. I'm going to give him the 9. Let's go to IQ.
IQ. This one's tough. This one's definitely tough.
Sound nervous.
Not nervous. I just don't know, man. I don't know what direction to give quickly for a grade. I think we go 8.5.
Oh man, okay.
Yeah. Nah, don't give me that.
Hopefully he's not watching.
And I'll tell you why.
Yeah, good.
It's the struggles in the first half that gets a dock. I love the second half effort because you needed the 20 points from him. 6 for 11 from the field, totally efficient. Critical free throws down the stretch of this game that you needed, especially when, like we talked about earlier, where you think Randle's going to lose it, gets it to Quick. He gets fouled, knocks down critical free throws. Shot very well from 3 tonight. Hit some big threes, Had some key moments, too, where he's just attacking the lane, getting the floater. I like it. And then you also see the playmaking out there. He's not always racking up the assists, but he is another calming presence next to Jalen Brunson when it comes to organizing this offense. And you see it in a game like this. Very important, man. I'm going with 8.5 for him tonight, just because the struggle in the first half really, he's the leader of the second unit. When you look at the second unit, you see that essentially the Hawks doubled what the Knicks were doing for the second unit. That's kind of a reflection on him.
Yeah.
So that's why I can't give him a 9. So 8.5 is what I'm going with.
Sansa Stark in the chat. Very glad player ratings are back. Absolutely. Player ratings presented by Underdog Fantasy. Go to UnderdogFantasy.com. Use promo code KFTV for instant deposit match of up to $100. It's not how you start, Al. It's how you finish. And Quick, if you're listening, that was his rating for you. I'm going to give you something else. I'm going to give him a 9. He came up big in the clutch, man. 10 points in the fourth quarter. knocked down his free throws. Again, the Knicks were down by 7 with 5 minutes left. Quickly goes on a 5-0 run by himself. And then you had the Brunson 3. So the Knicks were able to clap back with an 8-0 run. They got the momentum back and were able to hold on. And during that stretch, quickly gets the free throws that he needed. So I'm going to give that to him. Even though he started off slow, it was a bit of a struggle. He came through and delivered when they needed him to. So I'll give him a 9.
Yeah. All right.
I'll give him a 9.
I get you. I hear you.
Yeah.
Sometimes, man, I can't forget the first half.
It's all good.
The reason that we're fighting back, the reason that we're fighting back and we're down in this game is because of the second unit. So, yes, he's that guy that saved us, but it's also part of the reason why we're behind too.
Okay. All right. Who we down? We're down to the final 2 here. All right, here we go. Player ratings. Miles McBride. I'm just kidding. Shout out to McBride. You might get some burn if Grimes leaves. If Grimes is out for any extended time. Let's go with Brunson.
Oh.
Let's go with Brunson. I almost gave it away. Let's go with Brunson.
Brunson.
Yeah. What are you thinking? 24 and 8. Plus 8 on the night. 8 and 19. 6 to 10 from downtown. A lot to think about.
I'm going 8.5 as well. For Brunson as well. Yeah. Go 8.5 because it wasn't his most efficient scoring night. He came up big when you needed him. Still, second and third quarter, man, there's times where he was pressing. I was like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Like, he was just struggling to get his shot off and to make it drop. So that's tough. Obviously from the field, 8 from 19, not efficient. 6 for 10 from downtown. Fantastic. His 3-point shooting has been there. So there's no question about that. He just needs to get his inside the arc game going. The 8 assists, I love to see it. But yeah, man, I'm gonna go 8.5 because it's not his best game. We've seen Brunson go off. We gave Brunson numerous 10s last year, and to me, this is just kind of like, all right, he did his thing. He showed it when he needed to.
Yeah. But
also with Quick, part of the reason why it was a close game, and this game almost got out of hand.
I'm gonna do the same for Brunson that I did for Quick. Not how you start. It was a little tough. I thought I gave the Hawks credit for their defense. Also thought the shot selection got a little dicey in the first 3 quarters. Well, really second and third. Really the third. But crunch time delivered. 8 points in crunch time. It's less than 5 minutes ago. I'm talking about after the Sadiq Bey dunk. Brunson had 2 threes. He had a layup. And he assisted Julius on the drive to the basket. It's crunch time. Captain Clutch. The burner, like Gus said on the telecast. This is it right here. We're showing the replay. This was the burner right there. The burner. The burner. When you needed him.
Science class all over again, baby.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, this was last year's Brunson right here. Crunch time. Get out the way and let him get you a tough bucket. And he got us there. 8 points. 8 points in the final 5 minutes. Let's go with it. 9. I'm giving him a 9.
And you know what? This is kind of why he was chosen for FIBA over Trae Young. Just want to let Hawks fans know why.
Just let them know if they're even around. Well, just let them know. So that was Brunson, and we'll close with Julius Randle. Your thoughts? So thoughts on Julius?
It's not too often Julius gets this rating.
Uh-oh.
Going to 10, man.
Wow.
Going to 10 for Julius Randle.
The first 10 of the season.
He's getting a 10, man.
Wow.
Look.
Respect.
29 points. Playing the way that you want to see Julius playing. Getting downhill. Attacking inside the arc. All right. Shot very well from 3, by the way. 3 for 5 from downtown. Got you 10 boards. 8 of them defensive. 8 assists. Got the 1 steal.
Yeah.
He, for all throughout the entire game, there were moments, the dribbling gets shaky. I get that. He's getting a 10, man, because you needed Julius' scoring tonight. There were moments where Brunson wasn't having it. IQ wasn't having it. Guys were afraid to shoot. You needed something to happen. Julius was right there to do it. He was also facilitating, like I said, 8 assists, facilitating. It's a nice change of pace, because even when he's joined the Knicks, he's shown flashes of solid passing. It's just going to be consistent. But you can see that this season he's actually making an effort to be a better passer and to get 8 dimes, to not only be a scorer, but a facilitator and a rebounder tonight. Almost close to a triple-double. 2 assists away from a triple-double.
Yeah.
Man's getting a 10 for me tonight.
That is respect. We appreciate that. On behalf of the Randle camp, we appreciate that.
But you're part of the Randle camp now.
Yeah, that's my guy. I'm not blocked by him. That's you, degenerates.
And let that be known. A guy who was blocked is giving him a 10.
Yeah. Well, you owe him.
I owe him. He owes me. Unblock me.
You owe the guy. I'm going with 10. Man. This was a game they needed him desperately. 29, 10, and 8. Just as you said, 1 turnover. In a sea of turnovers, he was one of the most careful with the ball. I loved how he was facilitating. Just really being patient, taking what the defense was giving him and trying to make his teammates better. I thought he did a great job of that. Third quarter, they really needed him because the Hawks were closing in. And let's take a look at this. I mean, I'm looking at this live as we speak. I mean, the Hawks were able to pull this thing to within 3 in the third quarter. The third quarter started off a 1-point game. Knicks had opened it up. And they were leading by as much as, looks like, 6 to 8 points, I think was the most they were leading by in the third. And then the Hawks were able to close it. But then give credit to Julius. He scored, I think it was like 8 points in the final couple minutes. Or this looks like 7 points in the final 5 minutes of the third to kind of help, keep things manageable. And you hope that the Hawks weren't able to get momentum there. So I thought the third quarter for Julius was big, especially the way that he was attacking the basket. And then in the fourth, just made some heads-up plays. The cut, which we're showing right now on the Jumbotron, the cut down the middle, which allowed Jalen Brunson to find him for the score. He rewarded Jalen Brunson, finding Jalen Brunson for a corner 3, which was big. Julius was great tonight. 10-point performance. The first 10 of the season. We put some respect on Julius' name. Robert Randolph asked for it. We gave it to him.
Call on, Robert. We need to hear your voice.
Yeah. Yeah, he owes us a phone call, man. Once again, that was player ratings. That was play ratings presented by Underdog Fantasy. Go to UnderdogFantasy.com and use promo code KFTV for an instant deposit match up to $100. I had the wrong Julius stat graphic up before. Here it is, the right one. 21, 10, 8 assists, 3 of 5 from downtown, 12 of 24 from the field. An efficient night, a careful night, a winning night for Julius in money time. So good job by him. All right, let's finish up on the phones. Rapid fire. Here we go. We're starting Milo from Westchester. Milo, what's going on?
Hello?
Hello, Milo. How are you? Is it
Hi,
is it
Alex.
is it Milo? Is it Milo? Am I pronouncing your name right?
It's Milo.
Milo, okay.
It's Milo. I'm a 3-generation season ticket holder.
There you
Been
go.
going to the game since birth.
Nice.
So I wanted to get on this and to give you guys a quick rapid fire.
Let's go.
Some girls been calling in and letting me down real bad.
Oh.
So
Sorry.
first I want to start off by saying that it was a great game tonight. The Hawks had a really great defense. I would say DiVincenzo and Grimes folded under pressure. It was sad to see. Mitch, he's a star. Feed him the ball. He can score way more. He has way more in his pocket. Quick, star, Brunson, Hemi Neutron. RJ, migraine. I love you, but that's weak. I think that Kobe would never sit out a game for a migraine. I think he needs to get back in there, take a pill. I don't know what he needs to do. But what I really called today to talk about was Julius Randle.
Let's go.
Everybody wants to trade Randle when he's not playing well. But I feel like when he's playing good, everyone's mind changes. I don't want to trade Julius. I don't think we need Zach LaVine. Zach is smaller than Julius. Zach is injury prone. We need to stay with what we have and put our trust in him. He was hurt in the playoffs, and we can't say that because he played bad in the playoffs, we need to trade him. He's playing a lot better. He's heating up, and he had the same amount of assists as Jalen tonight. So I think we need to give him his praise. He played a great game tonight, and I can't wait to see what else he has for the rest of the season.
Let's go. Good call. Call back anytime. We appreciate that. Milo from Westchester, 3-generation ticket holder. 3-generation ticket holder.
Shout out to Westchester, the 914, baby.
Yeah, that's your hood.
My hometown.
That's your hood. Yeah, she went 10 toes down, man. She was taking shots too, man. She came in hot. That was a good debut.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Rate that call in the chat. What do you guys think, man? 1 being trash, 5 being facts. Rate Milo's debut. Came out firing.
She came with the smoke for RJ. She said, do better.
Came with the smoke. And rapid fire, too.
It's like she already read the rules before even making a call.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Angel from Newark, rapid fire. Let's go. How you doing?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Good.
Want to say shout out to both of you guys. You guys have the best content. And KnicksFanTV, I love it.
Appreciate it.
My rapid fire call is I want to give credit where credit is due. Tib and the coaching staff, they're doing a great job with the rotations and everything. So feeling pretty happy about that. What do you guys think?
Okay. Well, when they win, it certainly looks good. But when they play Boston and you're only going 8 deep, sometimes you question it. It's very interesting because, like, for example, last night, Al, I'm watching the Nuggets and the Clippers game. And there was a lot of talk about, with the Murray injury and the departure of a Bruce Brown, they were talking to Mike Malone, or they were talking about how Mike Malone now is challenged with integrating these young players. Denver went 10 deep last night. You have guys like Jalen Pickett, right? You got guys like Jalen Pickett, picked second round, 32nd pick out of Siena, getting meaningful minutes in that game last night. He played 17 minutes in that win last night against the Clippers. We talked about Peyton Watson on the NBA report. Make sure you guys check out the NBA report Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 3 p.m. Peyton Watson getting meaningful minutes. And Mike Malone was asked about that. He said, yeah, we got to get these guys into our rotation. We're challenged with developing players and at the same time trying to compete for a championship. So I say that to say, you know, you have a championship caliber head coach here in Mike. Everybody's philosophy is different. But here you have a championship caliber head coach in Mike Malone who's saying, we need these guys. We need these guys at the back end of our rotation because you just never know. And this is how you get a Christian Brown. This is how you get these guys who are, you know, contributors either as rookies or further down the road. So I don't know, you know, if Tibbs feels like the back end of the rotation guys can't contribute, then go get some new ones. You know what I mean? Like, use some of the draft picks that you have. If you're not going to trade them, hey, maybe draft a wing. Maybe draft some wing depth. Maybe draft another big. Like, you just never know when you might need it.
Well, this has been the stubbornness with Tom Thibodeau for quite some time. It's even with Jimmy Butler, right? Jimmy Butler, his first year, didn't get a lot of burn. But you could also say, hey, he also got Jimmy Butler ready for the NBA grind. So, the thing is that Tibbs has been a good coach for developing. Like, we've seen players develop under Tom Thibodeau, but I think the thing with Tibbs is, does he have enough trust in a player to allow him to go through mistakes? And we've even heard Obi Toppin. You heard that with Cam Reddish too, where it's like, does the coach have enough leeway for mistakes throughout an 82-game season where what seems like for Mike Malone, he's like, look, they're going to make mistakes. It sounds like he's okay with them making mistakes because how else are you going to learn? How else are they going to be ready for a game time when it comes to the playoffs, right? And, you know, we talk about Miles McBride. We have Jericho Sims. We have all these guys on the bench.
Yep.
You got to get them more time to get them that repetition. And could you say, hey, well, McBride hasn't shown me anything offensively? It's like, yeah, for sure. McBride has not shown enough offensively. The other alternative is to say, if you want to play devil's advocate, he's not given enough time to work through those mistakes and figure out how to get to his good shots and to get to that mid-range spot. So he needs those opportunities. It's a tough decision, man. And it's obviously 10 times tougher in New York. Winning is very important. And I don't know if Tibbs looks at the East saying, you know, we really need to secure a position more so than try to develop and secure a position. Because the way he runs this team, which has been his philosophy since being a head coach, is I'm going to play my best guys. I'm going to keep it very short, and they're going to play a bulk of the minutes. And the one thing I'll give, some leeway for Tibbs is that he believes that these guys need to play a lot of minutes to stay in rhythm. So that's his philosophy, right? He's like, if you ask him probably why does Julius get 30 some odd minutes, and same thing with Brunson, it's like they needed to get into rhythm and to stay hot. So that might be his philosophy. Agree with it or not, that's what he's sticking to. While Mike Malone's like, you see, we're without Jamal Murray. I need somebody ready if we lose Jamal Murray.
Yeah. True indeed.
It's tough, man.
True indeed. Let's go to the closer of the night, Brandon from ATL. Brandon, how you feeling? Did we talk to him already? No.
Hey, fellas, what's going on?
Going on, man. How you doing?
Appreciate it. Long-time listener. I haven't called in a while, but I was at the game tonight. I was fortunate enough to get out there, check it out with my family, so it was definitely a great win.
Nice.
I was a little disappointed in the 226 over. If you know, you know.
Yes.
But it's all good.
Mm-hmm.
It's all good. But I just wanted to get out there and just say, like, Julius is the best that we are going to get. Like, as far as there's no other player on the horizon that's going to be better than an all-NBA forward that can basically do everything on the court that's needed, that's necessary. And he demonstrated that tonight. I thought he played a great all-around game as far as getting everyone else in rhythm, allowed Brunson to get, his thing off. Mitch definitely was able to assist the team as far as anchoring the D. So just a win overall was just a great win for the team. And RJ, we miss RJ. We need RJ back. He's definitely needed. So as far as, I heard the other call. I'm sorry?
No, yeah, I'm agreeing. We definitely need RJ back, yeah.
Yeah, his shooting, he's definitely improved. He's taken a leap this year. And I think we're going to see it unfold as the season progresses. And this team that we have right now, it has a size challenge. I think some teams are definitely going to give us a run if we come into that. But for the most part, I think we're in a good space as far as this season is concerned.
Okay. Appreciate the call. Let's just see what happens, man. Brandon from ATL, definitely appreciate that call. It was a good win. Nice bounce back win. 116 to 114. Knicks get the job done in Atlanta. It was a scrap. They had to scrap for it, but they got the job done. Let me salute some of the rest of the Super Chats that have come in. Also, remember to check us out on the NBA Report, man. NBA Report's rocking. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 3 p.m. We had a great show today. We talked about the Levine trade. Shout out my guy Hayes from Chicago Bulls Central. We talked about the Levine trade. We talked about all the chaos that was going on during the in-season tournament. Great job by Hayes. Great job by you, Al. We had a great show. Make sure you guys check that out on the NBA Report. TM, go ahead and throw a link in the chat if you can. Salute to Murphy's Lawyer, new Fanchise channel member. Welcome to the family. Salute to Blood of the Panther. Once again, salute to all of our loyal Fanchise channel members. We definitely appreciate your support. And once again, the Rhyme Animal Chuck D $5 Super Chat says, give Randle the ball in the first quarter. RJ the Rock in the second. And third quarter, let JB cook it up in the fourth. Q is our Knicks Franken superstar when it comes down to it. Yeah, man, IQ was definitely in his bag. Hopefully, RJ can get back to full speed shortly. Hopefully, RJ can get back to full speed shortly.
We need you, RJ. Get back.
Need him. All right, Al.
This offense needs you, man.
real quick, because we did talk about the Mark Jackson situation on NBA Report. I did put that on KFTV, so the people are up to speed. As we talked about, Mark Jackson was supposed to be doing this game tonight. Was supposed to be doing the 5-game road trip, filling in for Clyde. And today it was announced that Mark Jackson has been fired from MSG. We don't want to go back through our takes. Just watch the video on KFTV or the NBA Report. But Mark Jackson did respond, Al. So let's do a quick rapid-fire reaction. Here's Action Jackson responding to today's report. Here he is. All right, here we go.
Come on, man. Come on. At some point, the lies have got to stop. The lies have got to stop. I've sat back year after year after year, listening to lies, questioning me as a man and my integrity. what I stand for, what I was raised on, has been questioned. I sat back and didn't say anything. My guy, the coach, the legend, Coach Deion Sanders, Coach Prime, has a great quote that I listened to just recently. He said he lost the address to the high road. I'm not there yet, but I'm getting closer because there's a side of me that's fed up, that's upset that you keep on smearing my name. Today a report came out that I was fired or dismissed from calling Knick games. Honored and privileged to have an offer bestowed upon me to back up the legend Walt Clyde Frazier calling Knick games. Over a week ago, I turned that job down. You heard what I said. More than a week ago, I turned the job down due to the fact that it wasn't the ideal conditions and it wasn't the ideal time for me. You never know what the future holds. They say once a Knick, always a Knick. I bleed a side of me, blue and orange. I dreamt of playing for the Knicks. I dreamt of calling games for the Knicks. It would have been a dream accomplished, but it just didn't work out. I give the reporter credit. 4 calls yesterday from reporters trying to get a quote from me. I did not respond because I don't play that game. I let it alone, thinking that it'll die and nobody will know what happened. But over a week ago, I turned the job down. Forever grateful, and again, you never know what the future holds. But I want to thank you. Blessings.
All right, that was Action Jackson, man. A very unfortunate situation, man. I was very much looking forward to seeing him back. It's just an unfortunate situation. The one thing I'll say is just the rumor or the announcement that he was coming back and coming to MSG, that was made in the offseason. That was damn near like August, September when that announcement came out. Right. So what happened in between now and then? Did he look at the contract and say, look, they're trying to handcuff me here? Andrew Marchand in the Post reported that it was due to the fallout between Mark Jackson and Darren Erman, who's the assistant coach on the Tibbs staff, who was an assistant coach under the Jackson regime in Golden State, who was fired for videotaping and recording the coaching staff because he felt like Jackson had an axe to grind with him. All type of toxic stuff going on in Golden State. My whole point is, you knew who he was here. They knew who they were trying to hire. They had to have known the issue between them. So how did it just get to this point where things just fell apart? You know what I mean? And then on top of that, Andrew Marchand saying, well, he's banned from the team plane. Well, why is he banned from the team plane? If he made the decision man long ago, what's the point of banning him for the team plane? I don't know. So it sounds kind of crazy, bro.
Is this an MSG spin to save face, to say, hey, we thought Mark Jackson was coming back and now things didn't work out, and this is just to cover our tails to make it seem like we're in the right over here, and that we didn't want from Mark Jackson's end to have any employer relations issues over at MSG? Or is this is that what they're trying to do? Or is there actually something that's going on over there that Mark Jackson's just trying to sweep under the rug? Or and the thing is, for Mark Jackson, is he actually being honest about this? Is he saying, hey, I turned this down a week ago? I don't think he turned it down a week ago. I think he walked away from it. Saying that you turned it down means you never accepted this thing in the get-go. And to say that you turned it down, there was an announcement saying you were going to MSG. So you have had to accept in order for them to make that announcement. Right. No one's just making announcements saying, hey, we're in talks, by the way, to have Mark Jackson come through.
That was a done deal months ago.
Yeah, exactly. So he had, I don't know if it's just he misspoke in the words that he wanted to use, but to say that you turned it down, if you're saying that you turned it down, I don't believe you. If you're actually saying that you turned it down, I don't believe you. Walking away is one thing. Saying I didn't want to do this, I'm getting out of this. And he could have said, hey, initially I wanted to take this job. We had some negotiations, didn't go my way. I want to walk away from this opportunity because it wasn't going to be in my favor, or we didn't see eye to eye on some things. Could have said that. But to just say that you turned down the job a week ago, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. We got to put on the tinfoil hats and come up with some great conspiracy theories over here.
Conditions. I had to throw on the tinfoil hat. I don't understand what's going on, man. I don't know. But we wish him well. And for the Jackson Hive, hey, they've been waiting. They've been waiting a long time for this opportunity, and it just won't come about.
I'll tell you this. If it's not going to be Mark Jackson, you know who's on the mic now that they should consider having?
Yeah.
Jamal Crawford.
Great one. Absolutely. I get JC in there. No question about it. He'd be one of my early picks. It's a good one. It's a good one by you, man. Great job, man. Great job. Great job to all the mods. Great job, TM, all the mods, all the Fanchise channel members. The Rhyme Animal, Chuck D, salute to you. Salute to Gamba. Salute to Daniel. Great job by CK2K. Great job by Tyler on the highlights. Great job by Edgar on the phones. It's a team effort, man. I just need like 10 people, man. This is what we do. Number one show for the fans, by the fans. Al, this is a doubleheader for us. Get some sleep. And we'll see you tomorrow for the Game of the Week preview. Knicks and Wizards. Hey, we keeping it rocking. Knicks and Wizards, Game of the Week preview. But also, to go with that, you got the Game of the Week watch party. The Game of the Week watch party. Knicks versus Wizards. In-season tournament action in New York City. Where else do you want to be on a Friday, on a payday weekend, but with CP the Fanchise and friends? At the Ainsworth Midtown East, my guy Omen in the chat said that spot is rocking. Yeah, man, tons of TVs, great food. Sponsored by Kettle One and Don Julio. Complimentary drinks for the first 150 people. Go to KFTVWatch.com to RSVP today. Also remember that this show is available in audio podcast format. No reason to miss it. Catch us on all major podcast platforms. Al, great show. We'll see you guys